The next couple of weeks we're doing this amazing trip from the equator at south of East Asia all the way to the north of East Asia. We arrived in Malaysia a couple of days ago, and after seeing the city highlights in the capital of Kuala Lumpur, we did a quick day trip to Malacca, stayed at the tropical island of Pulau Redang, and did a 3-day trip into the jungle of the Taman Negara. Today we're doing a big tour around the Cameron Highlands region. We're going to the Mossy Forest and this beautiful tea plantation. We had a great time here at the Taman Negara and at this beautiful guest house run by a Dutch woman and a Malaysian guy. And now we're off to the Cameron Highlands. So let's hop on that car and see what the Cameron Highlands is all about. We've now been driving for over 2 hours past the Taman Negara towards the Cameron Highlands, and everything is going pretty smooth. The roads are really good, people drive very well, and if you see any trucks then they let you pass by, so that's really nice. So if you're worried about driving in Malaysia, don't be, it's very nice.
We made it to the tea plantation. Ma'am is loving the small road.
We've arrived at the first stop of the Cameron Highlands, which is a tea farm just behind me.
We just did a quick tour of the factory where they showed us the process of withering the leaves and then cutting it into pieces, fermenting it, then drying it before sending it off to grading and packaging. It's really interesting to see.
I'm already crying.
We're climbing more stairs. Miriam's calves are hurting. Almost there. We're like halfway already. I think the viewpoint is up near that mast. So quite a bit to go.
We enjoyed the view for a bit before going down to the small restaurant to have some lunch.
Bun rice. And what did you get?
I got soto soup.
All of this? Sambal.
This was a really fun stop at the tea shop and the tea farm here. And now it unfortunately started to rain, so we're heading to our guest house, which is only 22 kilometers away, but it takes 45 minutes to get there, so we'll see why.
We just finished getting gas at the gas station.
We're really glad that we found the fuel station because we almost didn't have anything left after all those hills.
And we're at a farmstay.
Which is cute.
Time for another room tour. And this is the room, 2 beds, TV, so and the bathroom. Perfect, I'm happy.
It's also very nice and cold here. I think about 18 degrees maybe. So that's a huge change from the 30 plus degrees in the Taman Negara. You can finally breathe. We've entered a different side of the Cameron Highlands clearly, which is extremely touristy with loads of British displays around. We're really glad we found a non-touristy spot earlier today because that tea plantation was so relaxing. It's now 8 o'clock in the morning and we're already checking out to this really nice farmstay guest house. We're going to do a tour organized by them towards the Mossy Forest, a tea farm again. So after that it will be around 12 o'clock and we'll have to drive pretty quickly to Ipoh to hand in our rental car at 2 o'clock and then take a train to Butterworth, then take a ferry and then we're in Georgetown. So there's a lot planning going on today. We'll see how that goes.
We're walking up to the Mossy Forest right now. And we got up here in the back of one of these jeeps. 8 persons in the back. Quite cozy. Quite bumpy also.
Quite a low ceiling as well.
Low ceiling. And now we're gonna see the Mossy Forest. I guess it's because of all the moss.
We're now in the Mossy Forest and everything is feeling really soft because all the ground is moss as well. And what moss does is take up all the water around it. So the ground is very soft because it's mossy and watery. The Mossy Forest is really beautiful, but there are a lot of people around and you need to take care of all the steps because it's wood and watery. The Mossy Forest is just a small area, but worth a visit on a non-holiday, because we were here during a holiday. It was unfortunately very crowded. The forest did look very pretty and we were lucky with a fantastic view at the viewpoint before the fog started to kick in. We hopped back in the van and were really glad to get off after a lot of winding roads and sharp turns.
We're at our second stop for today at another Boh Tea center. This looks aimed even more at tourists. It's bigger, well, the center is bigger, but I thought the Boh Tea center we were at yesterday was prettier. So the Boh Tea Company, where they've been planting tea since 1929, so for a long time already. They're the biggest tea company in the country. And just like at the other place, they do a free factory tour every few minutes. They dropped us off just in front of the market. And now we're gonna walk back to our car. And we're in a bit of a hurry to get the car back to the rental place on time.
We are now at the train station in Ipoh. Took a while to get there, 2-hour drive from the Cameron Highlands, and then we were at the back of the train station instead of the front of the train station to hand in our car. But that all worked out in the end. Then we tried to get some train tickets at the desk, but you need to go to the machine for that. We tried to have the fast train, but there were only several seats available. And once we tried selecting the seats, there was no availability. So we ended up just buying the one where you don't need reserved seats, which is almost as fast as the normal train, I think about 50 minutes slower. And that one will leave in about 2 hours. So it will take also 2 hours. So today's a 2-hour thing.
Yeah.
And from there we have to still catch the ferry towards Georgetown.
The current plan is to just keep eating until the train arrives. We've got French toast and we've got a huge croissant. Half an hour before our train leaves, but everybody is already queuing for the train. So we are queuing as well. All the way to outside of the station. We're just waiting before we can board the train. We made it onto the train. Good news is it's got air conditioning. Bad news is it's gonna be a while. We've been on this train for well over an hour now, and we're slowly seeing the hills give way to flat land as we get closer to the sea. The air conditioning can't quite keep up with the amount of people, so it's getting a bit damp in here. And in about 30 or 40 minutes we'll be at our destination. Now we're pulling into the station. Time to get off this train. The seats are starting to feel a little hard. We were planning to take a Grab taxi, but well, we were walking out of the station and we somehow ended up in the ferry terminal. It's a very short walk all the way inside. And before we knew it, we were crossing through the gates to the ferry terminal. You can pay by credit card, really easy. I think the ferry is unloading right now. The ferry goes every 30 minutes. So we're gonna get on. It's a very short crossing, we can already see the other side. Because over there you can already see the other side.
Second time. This feels very dangerous. We've arrived at the first stop at the Cameron Highlands, not highlights. Okay, one more time.
But I'm still not sure about this lock on the outside. Oh, there's a lock on the inside as well.
Yeah, but from the outside is for me, then you stay there and then everything's fine.